to the next question. What are the specific strategies to mobile magazine publishing that are like keys to unlock roadblock doors to achieve a wild success?
I got one right off the top of my hat, one strategy that's really good for content, and that is try to make alignment with regular monthly contributors rather than just getting content every month and working with new people. If you go to, as I'm going to use the example of Jack Canfield again, Jack's a great guy, and you know, he's an example of somebody that if you can get regular monthly contributors like that are well known in the market, it cuts down your work a lot every month, because you've got regular content coming in every month and you're just putting the sand in around the rocks. So that's one strategy that I've noted that has really been able to help a lot of people when they think of getting started and moving and making a mobile magazine. They sometimes get overwhelmed at the, you know, seemingly the tasks that at hand, and one of them is getting content. And it doesn't have to be that hard. And we go on throughout that, you know, and explain in our training as well.
Yeah, and the cool thing about this is when it comes to content, a lot of times you can utilize, it doesn't have to be exclusive content, you can utilize what people already have. You can repurpose what they've already created, whether it's maybe a piece of an article they've done, a chapter of their book, or whatever, like an interview that already exists. So a lot of times it's easier than you probably think in your own mind. So a couple other things that I would mention are one other big leverage point and success amplifier is something we already talked about, but I'll just kind of reiterate, is the cross promotions are huge. And you know, at the end of the day, when you're putting people in your magazine, they want to be in your magazine because they want to tap into your community. So why not take the opportunity to tap into theirs as well and get them on board with them helping, you know, to support you as well. So, you know, and again, you have Jack Canfield on your magazine for a very obvious reason, and it's so you can have a little halo branding. He looks good on your cover, and you should definitely benefit from that in a few ways as well, because he's benefiting from it. He's getting exposure to your community, so why not tap into his as well? If he promotes you to his list, great. If you do that every single month, awesome. If you do that not only with the people you have on your cover, but also contributors inside, it keeps going on and on.
Yeah, and one more strategy I'll add in. So there's a hat trick there, and that's with halo branding and advertising. And that is, you know, we teach people to be able to go out and begin with advertisers that are the absolute pinnacle in their field by going out and offering them, you know, a free full-page ad, as an example, or a half-page ad. It costs the publisher nothing to do, and yet the halo branding that's granted for other advertising and sales of going out to other advertisers by those advertisers already seeing the top in their niche or in their market already advertising in the magazine, it makes it a lot easier. So the same idea with halo branding of content, we also teach to move that over into the advertising section as well and get maybe 3 of the top ones that are so well known that really make your magazine look polished and have some credibility in the advertising section. The smaller advertisers are much, much easier to get.
Yeah, and on the advertising point too, as far as landing big, you know, names for your cover with that whole halo branding, keeping that theme going. Just to give you an idea, again, this comes back to the mental block thing where people probably think it's a lot harder than it is. But here's a way to make it a lot easier. If you go out to a big name and say, look, if you're willing to be a feature, you know, if you want to be on our cover of our magazine, which they do because it's an ego play here, everyone wants to be featured on magazines, right? Then I'm willing to do a full-page ad for the charity of your choice. If you already know ahead of time of something they like to do, something that's near and dear to their heart, that makes it a little bit, you know, it solidifies it even more in their head that, yeah, these people are looking to help me out and they care about what I'm doing. Just to give you an idea, the magazine I kind of alluded to that my wife and I are coming out with, in the first, we decided, yes, we're going to do this magazine, it makes sense. I researched the niche just to make sure it was viable, and within 3 days, and I'm not padding that at all, within 3 days I reached out to a handful of big names and got 2 that are really, really notable, and then another one as well. But an HGTV star, a gold medalist from a snowboarder that just won gold medal in Russia, and also the other one's kind of funny how it did, but Vanna White as well. But the 2 of them were based off of, we'll give you a full-page ad for a charity of your choice, and I did a little bit of research ahead of time to find out what charities they were both attached to. and that sealed the deal. So in the next coming, I don't know which month those are going to be, because the bigger names always move a little slower than, they kind of move at their pace. So, they will be coming up and be features on our magazine, and it was just by offering free advertising. It didn't cost me a dime, and, I'm going to benefit by having great cover stories.
That's a big aha moment. Thank you, Matt, for sharing this. That's a big aha moment for me. I outreach to these big names, but now I'm going to refine my approach. See, I'm learning. I'm a student like everybody else here.
Nice. Sweet. That's awesome.
Charity of your choice. I do not use that word. I use it differently, but I do not include a charity in that case. But that's a really, really big thing. I took a note. That's pack my bag moment.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the associations and the charities that can actually get involved in interesting ways through this. The magazines also make fantastic fundraisers for charities as well.
Yeah.